Hello everyone! Recently, Steam Greenlight opened. Greenlight is Valve's attempt to try to sort all the indie games that get submitted to them all the time to go onto Steam. You see, there have been some complaints about Valve declining some quality indie games from going on Steam, and not really giving a reason why. One of the higher profile games I can think of that happened to was La Mulana, but that's certainly not the only one. So Valve's solution is to open up this process to the people, to allow indie game developers to create their own project pages on Greenlight, and to allow the Steam users to vote on them. And then Valve will take a look and see which projects have garnered the most interest, and see if they want to put those games onto Steam. So, I guess the question here is, what is the type of quality of game that we'll be seeing on Greenlight? Will there be a number of worthy games to go on the service, or will it turn out to be a lot like XBLIG? Well, looking at Greenlight the past 2 days, I have noticed that the most popular games tend to be Slenderman games, Minecraft clones, and zombie games. So aside from Slenderman, it is looking a lot like XBLIG. But there are some good games on there as well. I think that we'll start taking a look at some of the things that have gone up on Steam Greenlight, good or bad, and see if anything is worthwhile. So let's begin. Alright, the first game we're looking at is Project Giana, a game which is probably one of the more higher profile games on Greenlight right now, as it just recently finished a successful Kickstarter. It's a platformer based on an old game for the Commodore 64, Amiga, and some other systems called the Great Giana Sisters, which is basically just a straight-up Mario Brothers clone. I don't really see the resemblance between that game and this, because this game definitely is not Mario at all. Alright, basic gameplay. We control one character who's two characters. And I do like that effect they have when we switch characters and the entire environment changes. That's pretty neat. Objective seems to be, from what I can tell, just to collect these glowy gems. Some of them are available only as a certain character. You have to be one of the sisters to collect some gems, and the other one to collect others. We can jump on enemies and kill them that way, so I guess it's kind of resembles Mario like that, but aside from that, like I said, this does seem to be its own game. Alright, so the blonde sister's special ability is this twirl. We can use to kind of hover. The red-haired sister ability is this. She turns into a fireball. Seems like the more useful ability. She can also kind of pinball around the environment if you're in an area that'll allow for that. So I'm using the Xbox 360 controller to control this. You can also use the keyboard, but it controls fine with a gamepad. See, pinball up and pinball down. So as you go between the two dimensions with the two sisters, some things have different properties, like this platform here. In one dimension they'll go up, the other it'll go down. So I think you can see how this is going to go. Basically jumping and platforming puzzles. Having to switch between the two sisters and use their unique abilities. And I assume as you go further throughout the game, there would be more difficult puzzles where you have to switch between the sisters on the fly. And there's a couple like that in the demo. Pretty nice music. It did say that the music is done by Chris Hulsbeck, who did the music for the original game and a number of Amiga games. So he's a well-known name from that era of game music. It's a pretty good-looking game. You know, most platformers that you'll see on the PC will tend to go for retro graphics, pixel graphics, which I do like the look of, but the polygonal graphics in this game do look very nice. And like I said, I really do like that effect. I don't really know if there's a reason to collect all these gems. Is it just to get extra lives, or like Mario, or is there a greater purpose to it? I think I'm stuck in the wall. Yeah. I bounced on a monster and it bounced me up into the wall. Wonder if I can get out of the wall? No, I don't think I can get out of the wall. Trying to. I don't think this is a secret. I think I'm just glitched into it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do here. I'll be right back. Oh wait, no, it's this one. What? Am I stuck in the wall again? Yeah, the same thing happened. Alright. Gonna try that for the third time. Okay, great! Got out of there without getting stuck up in the wall. Okay, so now we can continue. You know, I really just have good things to say about the game aside from that, what just happened, that glitch. I assume that things like that would be fixed before the final release came out. Because I think this is just an alpha demo. This was the demo that they had posted during the Kickstarter. So, this is not near final. I should hope not anyway. But anyway, we finished the first level. Maybe they might want to consider putting a kill button just in case glitches like that happen again. Sort of like an Adventure of Lolo type thing. Alright, so, glitch aside, we're in the second level, and we got ghosts. Certain ghosts come after the red-haired sister, other ghosts come after the blonde sister. Gotta try to avoid getting to a situation where we are too close to both of them so we can't switch to a safe one. Alright. So controls of the game feel fine. But, yeah, water does come back up. So yeah, water kills us. We cannot seem to survive it at all. Yeah. Water is the most dangerous hazard in the world of the Giana sisters. Alright, there we go. Okay, good. So yeah, I think before the glitch I was saying something about really liking how the game looked, how it has a very nice, soft, polygonal look. And the animation on the transformations of the environment is very nice. Also the dynamic music, with the two variations of the theme changing based on which sister we are. I think it is more fun to play as the red-haired sister, though. The fireball dash attack is more fun to use and allows for a lot more mobility than the spinning hover thing. Alright, so we see some gems below us. We can't get to that because there's a grate right below us. We could take a look here, but no, we can't get through that tree trunk. So if we go down here, we'll find kind of a sizable secret area down here. But it's filled with water. You saw how well I handled the first water section. I'm sure I'll do this one with no problem. Alright, yeah, that's how we need to do it. So I think this is kind of an example of a more challenging section involving transforming between the two sisters and using their unique abilities in midair. Oh, found a gigantic gem. Alright, so now we found how to get into this lower area, and we got those gems. Now we just go back up. So I don't know if there'll be any kind of story or anything like that in the game. A game like this doesn't really need one. Yeah, that's it. I was trying to think of what game the visuals of this reminded me of. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Trine, the way it looks. Did the game just freeze? Oh, no, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Alright. Okay, so like I said, different dimensions can have different properties in the world, such as platforms going up and down. And there's deadly water. We cannot touch that water. Alright, yeah, there we go. Now I'm getting this down. Okay, and just as I get it down, the demo ends. So yeah, just 2 levels, but pretty good. I thought it was a pretty fun game. I did like the transformation mechanic. I thought the platforming was pretty nice. A little bit frustrating when you don't quite get it and you keep dying over and over, but once you do, it does feel pretty good to go through a difficult platforming area with the greatest of ease. Like I said, I also think it looks pretty good. I do like the visuals. So yeah, this is probably, like I said, the highest profile game so far on Steam Greenlight. So I figure that this game probably will not have too much difficulty making it to Steam. If anything does, I assume this probably will. We'll probably take a look at some games next that maybe will have some trouble getting onto Steam, let's say. But for this one, Project Giana, this does seem very good.